Welcome everybody to 2025
again for the fourth time.
Welcome to season
At least 4,
5,
6. I don't know.
We've been doing what, 3 years?
At least
I think.
we took a nice little break.
That's
Then
only
we
6
came
months.
back, and then we're like probably 6 episodes in by the time this one releases.
Right.
We'll be just in time for the Oscars.
So it's just funny to me. Keep saying it's a break, even though it's I don't know how many episodes in at this point.
Well, yeah, but it's only been like 2 weeks for us.
If you've been
True.
watching, it'll make sense eventually, I guess.
You know, when we're on week like 30 and we're like,
Yeah.
yes, we've been doing this for a long time, 3 years after we said it's 2025.
So I used to put the number on the episode thumbnail, and then I lost count, and I'm like,
I mean, you could go back, you can figure it
too
out.
many.
But you also gotta remember we have the timeline, the real story arc,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
the side stuff.
We had the filler episodes.
Yeah.
So what would this be considered?
It could be either. I'm not sure yet. You know, I gotta decide.
We'll decide at the end.
Decide if it's 15 minutes or 30 hours.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, to begin, welcome everybody to another episode of Reincarnated as Podcaster.
The
We're
one
your-
and only.
The one and only.
Definitely
The
not
true-
others out there. We were the first.
I don't even know if that's true.
We were. I look up every name to make sure we're not stepping on toes.
But either way, today we are going to talk about a movie that came out a while ago, but we just saw. At least 2 of us just saw it again. Now that Oscar season's coming around,
When that come out? When that come out?
I'll look it up.
earlier
Give me
this
a
year
sec.
or last year, I guess technically.
2024, right?
Yes, it's like early 2024. But we are going to talk about The Wild Robot because, like I said, 2 of us just
It
saw
came
it.
out in 2024.
Yeah, it's Oscar season.
September 27th.
Not
not
as
bad,
bad.
though.
Not as bad. Okay.
It's like around the time we took a break.
We took a break way before that.
Yeah,
When did
that
your
was by
house
the end of
burn?
it.
Or when did your house flood down?
June.
June.
I mean, we didn't come back till after October, right? So, if that.
No, we didn't do anything for a long time.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about this movie. It is nominated for Best Picture nom.
Yep.
It is the return of DreamWorks to an original IP.
We call it Wall-E 2.
Sure. A lot of similarities. A lot of similarities, a lot of dissimilarities. Yes.
It's the same
I don't
movie.
know,
What are
dude.
you
DreamWorks
talking
has
about?
just been back to back to back with bangers, bro.
Yeah, but
What was the last one?
What was the last one? Puss in Boots.
Ooh,
That is good. That is. I don't. What is that? The last one though?
Probably not.
Oh, give me a second.
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Did that come out after?
No idea, but they only do bangers now.
They're coming out of the woodworks again, starting to attack. See why they're the competitor to
They're putting
Pixar.
money, they're putting love into their works. And I appreciate
Animated beautifully.
it. They're not like,
shows
hey guys.
Ants was the last one in October 2nd of 98.
Was that their first film? Mm-hmm. And then it was like Shrek.
They did Ants?
Yeah.
Guys, I just learned something because I don't pay attention to what comes out in the future. 2026, December, I'm hyped.
What is
Shrek 5
Oh,
is in the works.
I don't know if I've seen Shrek 4.
I don't know if I'm hyped. I hope it's good.
Maybe
I stopped.
But they
at-
have so
I
many
stopped at
movies.
number 3.
the
Okay.
shitty one.
They have 4 movies coming out in 2025.
Damn.
Dog Man without the How to Train Your Dragon. Doesn't have any
The
like
live action.
sure. Is it?
Yeah.
There is a live action coming out this year.
Will it be better than Disney's live action? That's the real question.
It looks like the same movie.
The Bad Guys 3.
Shot.
Yeah, almost.
The what?
The Bad Guys.
Is that the one with the wolf and then like?
Yes.
That's that furry one.
Yeah, and then there's a heist
like-
movie.
Yeah, it's a heist
Yeah, it's
movie.
like Beastars and
And Ocean's 11.
yeah, sure. We'll go with Ocean's
The
11.
Great Pretender.
I was gonna go with Great Pretender, but you know,
Keep it
Ocean's
in
11
anime.
works. And then Gabby's Dollhouse is the 4 movies that they're
Interesting.
making this year. The one before it's Kung Fu Panda 4,
Oh, okay.
Orion in the Dark, Trolls Band Together.
Oh.
some Ruby.
So it hasn't been just back to back.
And then Puss in Boots.
So you have your three contenders, right? You have Disney with either their animation studio just in house or Pixar because it's both under the
Same thing.
Yeah. So you have DreamWorks and you have Illumination, right?
Yep.
Is your
No, you have the Minions.
You're right.
I don't know. Mario made a lot.
That's true.
But that was like what 2 years ago.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the 3D
gotcha,
animation
yeah,
companies. Those are like your heavy hitters, your big contenders, your blockbuster makers.
Before we go too far, is the Minions more popular than Mario?
In the modern day?
It depends who you ask.
The modern day, right now.
If you ask a child,
Sure.
It might be 50-50.
nah, the Minions, 100%.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, I
100.
can get that. Yeah.
I think the Minions are just more popular, period. I think
makes
they probably
sense.
make more money
That
than
makes
Mario
sense.
does in this day and age.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mario's dead.
Yeah. They're probably like, oh, look, it's Bob. And then who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Who's this plumber dude?
Who's the plumber
He
guy?
wasn't that one movie about,
Yeah,
about plumbers.
They had the opening by Illumination with the Minions, but they weren't in it.
They're probably like, I know Bowser, but I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
He's the one that sings about Peach's butt when he goes,
That's
Peaches,
right,
Peaches,
that's right.
Peaches,
Peaches.
butt.
Peaches.
Yeah, sad.
Anyway. Talking about the wild robot, you know.
Better than Inside Out 2, that's all I gotta say.
Ooh.
That I haven't seen.
That's
Animation wise.
That's spicy
Animation
thing.
wise.
No, I would agree. I would agree in that.
I'll say it's even better than Inside Out 1 that I haven't seen either.
You haven't seen Inside Out 1?
No.
Oh,
Very
shit.
good movie.
Next week.
Okay.
But I do
Back to
like. Not, this is not true of every one of their films, obviously, from the ones you've read, right? But I do like when DreamWorks does like go into these films and just elaborates on like general animation style. It's not all the same, right? Like
Not basic cartoon.
because every Illumination show has a very similar. Yeah, the very similar kind of artistic style to it. There's nothing
Pixar
Exactly.
nowadays.
Well, the nowadays, yeah.
Disney
Like-
also. And I think just animation has gone to a very standardized way of looking and doing.
I feel like they're too cheap to invest in animation. They're like, dude, make it simple to draw or to add it to like 3D and let's move on.
Make it, well, it's not really a quick buck, right? Because they're spending a ridiculous amount on some of these. I mean, they are getting a return on
yeah.
some too, right? I think some of the largest money makers this
Inside Out
last
2
year
was-
were animated films.
Yeah, I'll tell you how much Inside Out 2 made. It's something ridiculous.
Moana 2 made a bunch of money as well.
Somehow.
Yes. Like
Movie was ass,
quality
bro.
notwithstanding, right? But they have made a lot of money. Like animation's made a fuck ton of money.
I guess Inside Out 2 didn't make as much as I thought.
Oh.
It's only $1.9 billion.
Oh.
That's nothing. I don't,
Sorry, sorry.
Tom-
I don't think they made their money back.
Dyslexia hit me there. It's 1.69. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's sad.
So, I mean, obviously, animation is still a big moneymaker in this day and age, right?
Well, I think it just hits. Well, it hits everyone's audience because I feel like our generation is definitely more into animation, and then obviously it hits the kids.
Yes.
As kids, we all like bright color and shiny
Yeah.
thing.
I do, now that we're going into this movie and stuff, there's something I feel like there's a distinction that has to be, there's certain distinctions that have to be made in animation, right?
Yes.
But in this 3D animated Western world, I feel like there's two, which is the straight up children's movie. It is made by that audience. Its humor is directed in that way. Like it is rough to watch as an adult. And then there's the family film, right? Which is the movie that caters to all general audiences, right?
Yeah.
Everybody can take something out of this film. Is there a little bit of slapstick humor for the kids? Yeah. Is there a little bit of like, if you know, deeper stuff for the adults? Yeah. And I feel like this movie falls into that category, and that's my favorite type of animation, is that category.
Dave, you know.
No,
Well, yeah, and not just because of like general.
got the morbid humor.
Sure, yeah, not just like the general adult subtext either, right? Just the message and stuff is very universal, and
Everyone dies.
it's beautiful.
But so I've seen this movie twice. And I was just like, my
Not
favorite.
enough times.
Yeah, it's really good. My favorite is the beginning, though, when you meet the possums. And you're just like, oh, yeah, it's like another motherly figure. He's like, yeah, I got 7 children. Then you hear like a attack. She's like, well, I got 6 now. And you're just
that shit
like,
caught me off guard. I'm like, what the?
I was like, what happened? I'm like, it's just like real life.
I do like how this movie doesn't shy away from that side of nature, right? Like it embraces it, and obviously, you know, it has its own fun little idealist view of it by the end of it, but still, it's not afraid to show that, to go there.
Well, in the first 5 minutes, you know, she murks the bird's nest and the mother. You see little
And all the babies.
I
except for
know,
one.
the babies go crack,
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
And then she tries to put the shell back together.
Gosh, it was sad. Yeah. It's a great movie. Make sure it's sad. You're like, whoa, this is like, I don't know, a more adult theme, I guess. And then it was pretty funny. And then it was cute. Then it was fucked up again.
I think this would have been better if they were just humans, though. Because imagine, like, you know, you kill this
I feel like it's more
family,
fucked up.
brothers, and like the mother and all this, and you just steal the kid. You're like, I gotta take care of it, I guess. It's like real life, you know.
Right.
And the kid's deformed and stuff. It's just the hunchback. It's just the Hunchback of Notre Dame, right?
Great movie.
But because obviously it's a robot taking care of a gosling, right? After murking its parents
On accident.
on an accident.
I don't know. I saw her pull out the gun. She said, "Say what again?"
No weapons. No weapons. It's just the way it is.
Was it the raccoon's fault? It was the raccoon's fault. Was it the bear?
It was the bear.
It was the bear's fault. Rip. Mark Hamill, you did this.
It's not Mark Hamill's fault. He was the best character.
Obviously. And overall, I mean, I do like the central themes of the film. It's just cute, right? It hits home. There's emotional payoff. Every character's endearing.
Oh, yeah.
And every character's very from the side characters. It's just very. They're fun. They're fun
this
to watch.
movie-
Except for the bully birds.
Yes.
This movie needs like another movie. We call it The Wild Things. Because we don't follow the robot, we just follow the
The
animals. I want to live the day of the beaver. He's my favorite character. The whole thing.
Dude, the beaver's goated.
The beaver is goated.
It's like, what are you doing? Just chopping down the biggest tree. Take forever. It's about the art. I'm like,
Everybody doubted my boy. And then he came through.
we already knew he was
Yeah,
going to come.
there's fun character arcs for like even most of these side characters have fun little transformations as the movie progresses, right? It's pretty fun. I do like how this went about all of it.
Everybody grows, you know.
Even the horrible geeses.
Even.
Pieces.
You know who doesn't grow? The humans.
Which you don't really see.
Yeah.
You just see their robot.
Yeah, they're slave labor.
Yes.
You know who also stops growing? That old geese.
Why you like this? Why you like this? My boy Slarty Bartfast?
He became dinner dude.
Well,
he got
he got
vaporized.
Dude, but he got murked for the good of the other birds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a homie. Like a true
Yeah,
homie.
he's like...
Even though he did lead him into that place. But then the
did.
kid did fuck him over.
He did.
Because he did say, yo, lay low.
They low. He's like, hey, look, it's a robot. Let me just talk to it real quick.
He's like, beep, boop, boop, beep. Do you understand?
Intruder.
No, contamination.
I like how they have like all these robots, but they don't have a system to check if birds flew into the goddamn building through vents.
Yeah, how come they didn't have any sensors in the vents? They're like, hey, there's something foreign.
Yeah, rats.
Dude, honestly, I'm surprised there's just not like a laser grid in the vents to automatically just take out.
Another movie.
Because if a bird can go through this vent, right? Well,
But it wasn't only just one
no,
bird.
I'm just saying. If a bunch of birds can go through this vent, right? What's
Whole
stopping any other pest getting into this food supply, right?
Shit.
Like bugs and stuff. What was stopping? I'm surprised. Super futuristic this place is. They don't have some like laser mesh thing on their vents.
Yeah.
Imagine that. The end of the movie is just a bird. Yeah, it flies. It cuts in like 8 pieces.
Becomes
like,
the beginning
there
of
you go.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodge it. See, that'd been a great film.
I did like the, I guess, post-apocalyptic setting.
It's
Right.
very like.
In a near future where San Francisco is underwater.
I think that's gonna be 2027.
Yeah. And, whales thrive, all the animals are thriving, and then the humans show up and they fuck up their island.
Yeah, obviously.
Or-
No. The humans didn't do anything. The robots.
The humans brought the robots.
So what?
I saw one human.
I saw like two.
You
Maybe
saw-
I read
there's a
the
handful.
same person.
You saw like two the whole film.
It's like a handful. You have the one on the chair, and then the one that was standing up by the chair.
The one on the field at the end.
Yeah, the one in the field.
That's
yeah.
at least three.
That's at least
That's a
three.
handful of
Yeah, yeah.
humans. Like, you pick up more than one human in a hand and tell me that's not a handful.
I mean, I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, one would be a handful, right?
Either way, there's more than a handful of humans.
Okay.
And it ruined everything.
No, they were fine. I think what ruined it was the really nice evil robot lady. The one with the tentacle dreads.
Yes.
Yeah. The Matrix looking robot.
That's what I thought when I saw
Sentinel.
her come down. I'm like, oh man, you can't trust these. I've seen these movies before.
I've seen this before.
I've played
It's like-
this game
It's
before.
like a weird mixture of the Sentinels from the Matrix and like the steering wheel from Wall-E.
Oh, I was thinking of Portal 2.
Oh yeah, like GLaDOS.
Yeah.
Yep. A little bit of that too.
If I see any robot that's just floating there with like 4 tentacles, I'm like, nope.
Nope. A whole lot of nope.
Either just kill me now or take me away. I don't want to deal with you today.
Just loved every character. You know, Ross learning how to be a mother, even though she wasn't programmed to be a mother, but learning.
She redid her programming.
Yeah.
She turned
times.
into a general artificial intelligence
She did.
and learned how to speak to animals.
You know what doesn't
did.
make sense? So at the end of the film, she goes back.
Right.
Did they like scan her brain and go, yo, look at all this information?
Let's do nothing with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Did they not
So,
go like, let's send out those robots?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So I feel like it's an implication because she has this line that she says before going back.
Oh, there's like no one's gonna find.
Yeah,
this
no
shit.
one's gonna find this shit. As if she knows where to like shove it in whatever she made. I don't know, man. She gained sentience. She
has-
can do weird things.
like a back door.
Yeah, there's like a backdoor programming thing that they're just gonna scan it and be like, "This is the useless things we were gonna get anyway. Where's the other stuff?" And she's just like, "I got you, bitches. I
got your ass."
I can lie to you."
See, it
She
doesn't-
did learn how to lie.
That's true. But I feel like these people would just break her down piece by piece and get every small data information. You're like,
I don't know.
she had programming to do things and she did things for animals.
If you think about it, right, like at the end sequence, she defeats the robots with the help of the little critters to the island.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way the humans are like, hey, look, we sent this fucking ship there, and it never came back.
I'm pretty sure they also probably had like data from
fucking
like video data.
Live feed.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going
Look at these animals. They're disassembling a robot.
They're working together.
Send the fire team in. Just blow them up.
I don't even know if that would be your. I don't think that would be the play from a human standpoint.
What if you saw animals destroying your robots?
Because that's not the thought, right? The thought process is not we don't kill it, right? That's the second thought.
Yeah.
The second thought's we kill it.
Yeah, well, the first thought's capture
like,
it.
yeah, the first thought's like, yo, animal slaves, say less.
No. It can't because they already have robot slaves.
But you can have animal ones. Then you don't have a food problem.
Yeah, if they don't do what they're told to do, you have food.
But you have to feed these animals to keep them alive. You don't have to feed the robot because they're charged by the sun.
But maybe they're better at doing crops and stuff because nature reasons.
They
I don't know what to tell you. There has to be another thought process besides just like we're gonna murk all these animals.
Oh, I think so.
I thought it was gonna be like they saw all this shit happen, right? And they're like, okay, we're gonna take the robot and then we're gonna give it back with more live feed.
That's what I would have done. We're like, yo, we should send that back in, put some cameras on it.
Yeah, I need all the data.
Suck that thing up there.
I don't know. It's just it's a fun little kind of like story beat in the way it goes about doing things for just a very warm, comforting tale.
Very Finding Nemo, parent who has a disabled kid. and then learning to go through life. I guess
Teaching them.
teaching them
And then letting him
despite
go.
their disabilities, and
And
then letting them go.
And it's like a strange parent too. It's not
Yeah.
like, it's not like they know.
They're not biologically related.
They're not
Said this.
they're not species related.
They're not even
you
the same.
consider the robot a
It's
species.
I mean, I guess the father figure is a fox, which is a predator to the bird.
He only wanted to eat him
I don't
a
know.
couple times in the beginning.
When the bird comes back and the fox pretends to eat it or to kill it, that shit was pretty funny.
You think so? So the robot actually, learned to talk to all these animals, right?
Right.
Do you think these animals would be able to understand each other?
Guess.
Are we talking real life or are we talking in this movie?
I don't know. It's just it's a funny thought. It's a thought experiment, right? It's a thought that came through in my head right now, where I can understand the same species of creature understanding each other, right?
Right.
But do the other ones?
No, see,
Oh,
I think they can. It's like the continents. Like we all have different languages, but since we're all the same, we can speak.
There's a root
Yeah.
animal.
there's
speak,
common.
They speak common, and then they speak beaver. Or,
Oh,
Different
okay.
accents.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where the accents come from for all the creatures.
Right.
Beavers are British, confirmed.
No,
Give it
the-
a read.
Yep. Write that down, everybody.
Foxes are Hispanic. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Interesting.
Hispanic with
Japan's
a-
gonna have a
Hispanic
weird
with
take
a-
to that one.
Hispanic with a natural American accent.
Chileans, I get it.
Yeah, Chileans, dude.
Pedro Pascal was great in this movie. I think this is his best role.
Best role.
Best,
Best
even
role.
better than
Last
the
of Us?
the Nicolas Cage movie.
Or that one. That one might be my favorite. And then it's Last
Better
of
than
Us.
Joel.
I
Think
think
it's better than
Joel's
Joel?
one of the best.
I feel it's very different than Joel.
Better than Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's okay. I like him in it, but I don't know. Just how the show's going in general is like, but
I not really liked him.
It was fun. I did like him a lot. He
I
did
also
very
think,
well.
like he hit his voice pretty good comparatively.
I didn't know it was him until we looked it up.
When we looked it up, it's
Like,
it's
you
weird.
can
It's
hear
weird the
it.
way the brain works, right?
Yeah.
Because the moment like you have that image in your head, I'm like, I see it.
It sounds like
I
him.
hear it now.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it
Oh,
now.
that loud.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
But
It
the
was
thing is,
rude.
it's like I feel like I hear it, but it's also so different than
Yeah.
any of his other roles,
Oh yeah.
or just his normal speaking voice.
It has a different cadence to it.
That might be what it
obviously,
is.
but
I do feel like
like
it's
him.
similar to anytime he takes a more like comedic role. I do feel like that's kind of where he defaults to,
Okay.
and it does sound a little more like that type of role for him. But he did very well voice acting. If this is his first run through, I guess The Mandalorian is pretty close to it.
Pretty close.
I understand.
Is he
that-
actually behind the mask? We'll never
Who
know.
knows? But
maybe in like 2 episodes.
Maybe it's like the Darth Vader thing. He's actually not the actor,
Uh-huh.
and he's just doing the voiceover.
they picked a taller actor, and they only have him in there when he has to take off the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta hire the short people now. The match his height.
Yeah, he plays the same role. I guess he's a predator, protecting this little kid, teaching him the ropes.
So you're telling me the fox is the Mandalorian?
Yeah, and
He's
And
alone.
The duck is Baby Yoda.
Yes.
it's Grogu. Yeah,
It's Grogu. Yeah.
No, so we don't use that word here. Baby Yoda is his true name, and we.
I think everyone's voice acting here. They give so much character to these people, and
Oh, yeah.
it's not like they're like a lot of them haven't been in movies in a while. But I always love like Mark Hamill's The Bear is great.
Yeah, but
I
he's
can
always
never tell like
He's
the
actually-
character he's
yeah.
playing is Mark Hamill.
yeah. He's always pretty good at what he does.
Well,
yeah.
he's been good at voice
great.
acting forever.
Joker.
The goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. I did like Ving Rhames as the Falcon.
Well, I do have to.
That was
Before we
great.
get too far about the Falcon, so he teaches the goose how to fly like a falcon,
That shit was
Yes.
awesome.
and then the old goose is like, "Yo, you gotta think not like a goose. You think the geese gonna be able to fly like a normal falcon does without being trained that way?"
Nah, that's why he's in the front. They're just like you just gotta follow my maneuvers.
No, because he shit on all of them, dude. Because he's at the front, right? And
Yeah.
he's like the smallest dude. He's like, dude, if I can do it, you can do it. So if they can't do it, then
Yeah, but
just
he's
bitches.
smaller. That's
just
like
start
a
doing barrel
falcon. It's
rolls.
easier. It should have been more like a Star Wars scene. Like he's barrel rolling, and the people in the back are being blown up because they can't.
I mean,
The R2 units.
One of them did get blown up.
Yeah, but he didn't die. He didn't die in the cool way of being shot in the back.
He got shot in the front.
Being the decoy.
Took it like a champ for the rest of the group.
Oh yeah. Anyway, back to the voice actor. I do think the main girl,
Lupita Nyong'o.
she did really
She
good.
did amazing. Yes.
I wonder if she does the Spanish dub of that movie.
Oh, maybe.
I could see that.
Pedro
Know
Pascal
why?
can do his.
Oh, dude, look at
Is, is the whole Spanish dub just
is
like
this like
rotated?
is this like Shrek, where Antonio Banderas plays Puss in Boots in like every language?
That makes sense. That makes sense. Is it better that way? Probably. Probably.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you watch the new Puss in Boots in Spanish?
No,
Ah.
I should.
But it's I don't know. It's beautiful. I do love. I think we talked about this earlier. The way this movie's animated, or the way it decides to go through things. I think with Puss in Boots, with like this last one they did, they've kind of hit a stride on this perfect, almost merging of in their case 2D and 3D animations, which we'll talk about in another show that does this as well. But I think like this is a good example of it. The Bad Guys is a good example of it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Puss in Boots is, but I love the textures in this film.
I think Puss in Boots is better looking,
Okay.
but I still think this is not bad. Like,
No.
I'd put Puss in Boots like a 10. Like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
one of the most pretty that they've done.
Uh-huh.
I'd probably put this at like a 9.5.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like a
No,
big difference.
it's not that crazy.
Like if Puss in Boots wasn't a thing, this would be the 10 of the group.
I just love the feel of the 3D models that they have. Like everything feels like it has like it's not smooth. Like, cause that I think that's my thing when we're talking about all these other like 3D animation companies, is their stuff feels so plastic, right?
Yeah.
Everything's like super smooth, super. There's no like gritty roughness.
Manufactured.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
not like there's some scenes in this movie where it kind of looks hand painted, you know.
And some of those probably are,
Yeah.
right? Because there's like a watercolor moment.
Oh, that one's pretty good.
Well, you have the moments where they're going like through. I know the credits have a different look to them than like the actual scenes in the movie. It almost looks kind of like watercolor painting.
Yeah.
I know you're also thinking of
Yeah,
Arcane.
I'm thinking of something else. at
But
the same
they
time.
do stuff similar
Yeah.
to that in this.
The way it does things in some of like the rougher edges and stuff to all the 3D, and even like the frame rate, like where it's at with some of the creature movements and stuff, gives it a kind of a gritty or almost stop motion feel to it, to some of the stuff.
I will say the best scene probably for animation is the scene with all the animals in the hut.
Oh,
Oh, shows that.
I don't know who animated that, but I'm sorry. You probably just did that one scene for the whole movie, and that's all you saw.
brilliant work.
That's all he needed.
Absolutely
They're
brilliant
like, here,
work.
you're going to do this one scene. It's like 3 minutes worth of animation, but that's your whole job for the whole movie. You're like,
The whole
"Ah,
team."
fuck."
40 animals in this hut.
If not more. I
And
don't
they're all
know.
just, you know what it reminds me of when it came up? It's like the fight scene in Kingsman. In the church.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's just that style of there's just one shot going through chaos.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
Constantly.
just so much going on.
It's one of those where I feel like you could watch a scene like 5 times and still see something new because
Little
it's just
details
like
everywhere.
You have the little rats or mice, and then you have like bigger animals that are doing things. You're just bouncing around so much that you're just like overload.
It was a brilliantly animated scene.
I think that's probably my favorite scene.
That one is pretty good.
That
That one is pretty
was
good.
really good. I really like the bear destroying a robot. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
dope. All the animals
That whole
coming together.
sequence was pretty cool.
No, the whole
That whole
sequence.
Especially when you have
fight.
the contrast of like the magenta neon
Yeah.
laser beams.
Yeah. and,
And
the
the
fire,
fire.
over the I guess the blue,
Yeah.
the night sky and shit. That was pretty cool.
I've always liked that like neon colors though, because like even the robots, how they have like that blue and red look to them, kind of reminds me of like Trigger, how they use those bright colors to pull your eye into certain situations. Because then you can like shadow everything else to almost make it invisible, but then still have the colors pop.
And it's the way they designed the robot too is very striking And like a lot of, you have like her rescue scene, right, where she's saving all these animals in the winter, and like every shot of that with like the different colors going through her lighting in the dark and stormy stuff is just very striking.
I don't know, that shot when she jumped out of the fucking plane.
That's dope.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. It was pretty dope. But it's brilliant. It's brilliantly animated through and through. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie for the family. The adults will like it. The kids will like it.
They might
Grandpa
get
and grandma will
scared.
like it. I mean, they might ask you a few questions afterwards.
You know what's another thing too that I do like about this film now that we say this, because this is something more and more I appreciate, where the humor is a product of the characters, and it doesn't feel like it's outside of it.
What do you mean?
So a lot of the modern blockbuster will inject humor because it believes it needs to be there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Like the Marvel shit?
Yeah, so yes, we'll take their standard Disney formula, right? Where people will say things in a very kind of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of way.
Insert laugh track.
Yeah. But it's also, it doesn't feel like it always has to come from some characters. It feels forced, right? Mm-hmm. Where every like piece of humor, everything that was like, haha, some of it was morbid.
No, it was so fucking
funny though.
Some of it was morbid. But
I'm
like,
still alive, Mom. Don't you worry.
but I feel like almost most of it wasn't just because it was like a haha line, but you're like, oh, I can see this character saying this, or I see this interaction, and that's how they've been interacting, and that's what makes this funny.
Well, somehow, in the first 5 to 10 minutes, they fleshed out side characters enough to make them their own full character.
Yes.
So that's why when they do, like, the beaver has the, almost a smug asshole attitude. The mother has like, oh no, my kids are still alive.
Yeah.
What a
That family
shame.
was so good.
Kids are like, oh, we're gonna watch your kid die. Yeah. You got the bear who's like, yeah, we can be friends, but tomorrow I'm gonna chase you. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I do love when he grabs the other little furry guy.
Oh yeah.
He's just like, we're bros.
Promise I won't eat any of you today.
Why were we?
The facial animation for that creature sells it so well.
You know what it reminds me of? Your dog.
Oh,
Whenever you grab him and he's just like, you pat him, he's like, yes, do it more, but I'm scared. You're like, what's wrong with you?
I'm terrified, but please continue.
That's what it reminded me of.
But overall, it's a wondrous contender.
Wonderful movie.
I think
a very
it's
wonderful
my
movie.
favorite under the animation category so far. I've only seen, I think, like 2 under there. So I do want to go through all of it before the...
Like animation wise, I haven't seen Flow yet.
Yeah, Flow's the one that I definitely want to see.
Or comparing it to Inside Out 2, this one, animation wise, is better.
I would agree.
I can't say
Story-wise,
either
I
way,
don't know yet. I don't
but
know
Story-wise,
yet.
I don't know, right?
we'll do that one next week.
But then again, animation one normally goes to the one that's most popular, unless you do get like Flo did win the Golden Globe one, so who knows, right?
I can see Flow just probably because of like it probably talks more about like stuff Grammys and Oscars and
because I
Golden
feel
Globe
like Flo. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It might inhabit what I call like that third category, which is like this is animation that its purpose is to tell a message to adults.
Yeah.
Even though if it might be, in a kind of the veneer of
It's about a kitty.
yeah, the veneer of a animated film.
I will say this movie made $348 million.
This one did. Oh, that's good.
So it made money.
Yeah.
I think that's a good chunk. Probably a lot more under streaming, but that's under
On
box
a
office.
$78 million budget.
Which one? Or this?
Wild Robot.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it made triple, right? So
Yeah, not counting for marketing and stuff, but
double.
but it made good money, and I feel like for the people the people that obviously have to take kids to watch animated films like this and stuff,
Yeah.
right? I do appreciate when there's a movie like this.
My major issue as a guy that understands selling, there's only one thing you can sell, and it's the robot. There's no other, like, you can't sell the beavers. It's just a beaver.
I mean, they're just animals, right?
Yeah.
I understand
There's no
from
product
a
marketing.
marketing
This is horrible.
From a marketing perspective, I understand.
I'm going to call
right?
Disney and tell them that they should buy this property, and we can make all the characters fleshed out so we can buy them as, like, little figures, little plushies maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think DreamWorks has ever fully went that way. There's always like one character that's a selling point, and yeah, right.
Well,
or a couple characters.
Reading a little bit more, I think the Wild Robot and Flow or whatever, I think should be like head-to-head contenders. I think Inside Out 2 could be a great film, but I think it's because it's a sequel and because it's Pixar. You know, the marketing of that movie is probably better. That's why it makes so much fucking money.
Oh yeah,
it's also Disney.
It's Disney.
It's like sequel. Yeah, it's Moana.
To a good movie.
Yeah. So obviously, you're just like, fuck, I'm gonna go watch it.
And I also think when it came out was when kids were off school.
It was summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think also, just watch the preview and it deals about, I think it was anxiety as a teenager, and I just,
that hits with a lot of people.
That's a worldwide, I don't know, issue or something you can relate to.
Well, the first one did as well.
I think in a different manner, I suppose. But yeah. Well, they didn't introduce the character of anxiety in the first one.
No, but I mean, just like the original premise of the emotions inside, and everyone goes through this, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, the sequel with being a teenager, sure, maybe the general adult population's a little closer to that one than being a child.
I was a teenager once.
Yeah, but I can understand where it comes from, and obviously, with a family film in general, unless it's just straight, utter slapstick. Garbage Minions, I'm looking at you.
God tier movie. Play for those minions.
Or whatever other
Emoji
weird weird thing comes out of Illumination sometimes. It does need to embody a message or a theme or stuff, and that's normally when it's better for it. And so like a film like this where you can take the family and everyone can enjoy it, because it is a genuinely good movie, then there's pluses in my book that I love a lot.
Since we're at the end, what would you give this movie?
12.
12 out of 100. Interesting. So he doesn't like it.
That's an interesting.
Okay.
12 out of 5.
Oh. So he gives us 2.25 movies out of 1.
I'm not gonna lie. I love this movie a lot, but I'm giving it 8.5.
8.5.
Better than Wall-E.
Should we eject Eddie out of the podcast right now?
I there has to be a
taste.
has to be a certain level of consistency. It's an amazing movie.
9.5 easily.
So it averages to a 10. 10 out of 10.
I think that's fair, guys. If you thought this was a 12 or a 5 like Eddie thought, or a 9.
And you say he was the shit movie.
Never said this.
Who said he hated all the characters?
It was great.
I can't believe it.
He said he will watch it again.
I probably would watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
That's a lie. We'll never see it ever again. Anyway, thanks for watching today's
You have a
podcast.
niece, nephew?
Aren't they all older?
Yeah, dude.
Well, what about he has a kid?
Yeah, but that's like a removed at that point. You don't go see your removed family.
You're right.
My family does, but you know.
Until next time. See ya. Peace. I don't even know how often